I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Know you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you're trying to go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Coach, it is a building that has seen it all through the many years of its existence as EA Sports welcomes you to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Oakland Raiders. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said,
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a man who played collegiately here in the Golden State, Rashad Penny, and only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. He was brought down by Eric Wilson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Back to throw now on first down. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing the ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 4-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
It's just me. Hey, Raider 2. It's just me. Smooth. 49's the mic. Watch 49.
Back near his goal line. Here's Carr. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
61. Matchbox lights.
On third down, it's Pollard.
What we got?
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Carr now on first down. Completes it to Coleman. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Carr now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10. Carr going to throw. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. L.J. Collier. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's second and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Mike, 58, right there.
Carr now to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Let's go. 47-yard line.
Hey, ready? Lines the mark. Here we go. Four down. Deuce.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Tackle made by Demarius Randall.
Brings up second and 7 at the Raiders.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Here's a second and 7. He'll find Metcalf. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Out of the gun now on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now this one over the middle and into the hands of his tight end, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Here's Carr to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
That's another
Carr now on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points so you know that all the time during the...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, but now it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
We're good. You ready?
From the gun, it's Carr. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett, but now it's 3rd and goal. Well, you got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly.
And he's caught! Touchdown, Raiders! Tony Pollard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And a man out of the backfield gets in for the score.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. Always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3-and-out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the 1st down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
Now back to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 17-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal. At the 4-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line.
Yeah.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 4-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tony Pollard, 96 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and
again.
and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey,
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. On 2nd and 12, Carr is going to fire one, and that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Tony Pollard on his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive? Well, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll throw now on the final play. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now they'll run it again with Penny. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A terrific run there by Penny. 66 yards for him on the ground.
66 yards.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Penny, a first down carry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Myers connects on the PAT. And that will get him one closer. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Pollard again. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
50. 180. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the run, watch the run.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Good job by this defense, and now playing what they call complementary football. Offense scores a touchdown for them, so they come right out, force what should be a 3-and-out, and keep the momentum squarely on their side.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 2nd and 9 now. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Raider, first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Carr. This one complete to Coleman. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Buying time to his left. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Let's be frank, you hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. Now Rashad Penny, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long.
And a big loss was here as he's taken down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays, the plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again.
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, we're good, we're good. You ready?
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Carr. Here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This is taken at the 23. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Penny. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Penny. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to throw here. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He'll drop to throw. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, we got 4 down. Anyway, check 4.
They go back to the ground now with Penny. And they'll get him down right around the 16. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. He can run for it, and he will. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Penny. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Ready. Hey, defense. Check 49. Check 37. Check 37. Switch.
Penny will try to punch it in. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th down and goal.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at a 4th and goal here as they search for a late score. They'll run with Penny. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And instead of having a 1-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And an alley to run. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, in the NFL, even if you picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the 1st down because in college football, the clock stops with every 1st down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Shift. Go, Chief. Blue draw Corkers.
Now this time, Carl throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Switch.
They'll run with Pollard, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They're hauling it in, Nelson. And they stop him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And it's taken in at the 9. Now, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.